What's up, ChiroSushi family? We are 35 days away from summer camp, and it wouldn't be possible if we didn't have support from folks like Margaret and the team over at Fortis to get you people like Roger Love, Jay Abraham, Derek Halpern, Trey Llewellyn, Gia Jang, and of course the individual I wrote about today, Roger Stone, who will be polarizing the crowd come 35 days plus from now in Miami. And it's because of you guys, Margaret, that we're able to get individuals like those and pay their fees. And because of that, we want to give you guys back the opportunity to today. We've been featuring Fortis all week, but today I want you to pitch me. I want to Shark Tank this up a little bit. I'm going to give you an opportunity to close my ass.
All right. Yeah, I'm excited. Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
So I asked Margaret before I go to the sushi crowd, just so you guys know, I said, so how do I not butcher your last name? She goes, oh, it rhymes with gin and tonic. And I'm like, oh, that's easy for me. So Margaret is joining us from Fortis. She's sales manager with the chiropractic division of Fortis. I want to get your background, though, because you were telling me you were running a high-volume office. So you know chiropractic and love chiropractic, obviously, right?
Yes, definitely. It's become my passion for sure, which everybody in chiropractic space probably can relate to. So, but yeah, I managed a high-volume office here in the Grand Rapids, Michigan area, and it was almost a decade or so. And during that time, of course, I've grown and learned so much about the profession, but then also, just growing in office in that amount of time has just yielded some pretty cool life experience.
Now, what was your background before working in a chiropractic office, if you don't mind me asking?
No, that's fine. I actually went to school to be a teacher. I got a teaching degree, and here in Michigan around that time, it was really tough. I mean, 4,000 applicants per teaching position. And all of a sudden, this opportunity to go and help this chiropractor presented itself. And I went into the interview and I said, hey, Doc, I'm excited to help you, but my passion is teaching. And so if you're okay, I'll be here. I'll give my 110% every minute I'm here, but I'm still searching for that teaching job. And he was like, I'll take what I can get. So of course I fell in love with
Sounds like a typical business chiropractor.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, exactly. And of course, I fell in love with teaching patients about chiropractic and their health and the brain and the body and function and all that chiropractic is, so much more than back pain and neck pain, of course, and it was really something that lit me up and rewarding. And I just stayed in that space and I loved it.
Well, I want to get your take from, I don't like using the term an outsider. Sometimes people use that with me because I'm not a chiro. But I grew up in chiropractic, and you kind of grew up in chiropractic as in the office. And now you're working with a platform that helps chiropractors really in the business mode, right?
Yes.
What is your take on chiropractors as business people today? Because we run a business. This is what ChiroSushi is all about. It's helping them be better entrepreneurs and business people. What's your hot take, your fresh take? And don't worry about knowing you're not going to hurt any feelings. But what's your fresh take on chiropractors as business people?
Well, so here's the thing. Chiropractors have a servant's heart, right? So they're leading with their heart. And that's difficult to pair with like entrepreneurship, like you're saying, right? Yeah. So like businessmen, those successful, like logical type people, you're not really going to find a lot of chiropractors that are going to be able to do both, right? So that's where I feel like a chiropractor's biggest, what can I even say? Like their best friend will be the ability to be able to like pair up and partner up with other people in the space that understand what they are looking for, understand what their goals are, what the overall mission of chiropractic is, and just be able to kind of lean on those people to be able to help them, so that everybody is working together for the cause, right? Like everybody's not have the strength in every single piece or aspect of the business. So, go with what you're good at and be amazing in that lane, and then reach out and rely on others to help you where you can grow.
I love it. Margaret, I just found out about you on ChiroSushi. I reached out. You called me back. Sell me. What do we got going on for it?
All right. Well, I guess, there's so many different ways that I could go with Fortis, in all honesty, just with my experience and working with the office before I had Fortis, working after I've had Fortis, and then even more so, like just being able to partner up and talk with so many teams nationwide and helping so many different communities by implementing this in their office, right? So I guess the biggest thing that I can help you focus on is that it's so important to have two things in your office, right?
Okay.
Number one is going to be mindset, and
Yeah.
number two is going to be your systems, right? And you can
Absolutely.
have this amazing vision, right? And your team is just like so fired up and so excited because you just left summer camp at ChiroSushi, right?
Yeah.
And everybody's fired up. And within a few weeks, all of a sudden you kind of see that energy start to fizzle and fade.
Yeah.
And the reason is because if you don't have the right systems to back up that ability, you're basically, the lack of systems or efficiency is always going to challenge your mindset, and it's going to cloud the vision of the practice. So
I 100%, 1,000% agree with that. Absolutely.
Yes. So sitting in that seat, right? Like I remember the days that I was sitting in that seat, and the doc, we'd all have this talk about like, we're going to reach so many people in our community. But then the day would come where we're just banging away on a credit card terminal, right? So I'm having the struggle of like, what am I doing? Like I have a teaching degree and here I am swiping 100 payments a day and scanned receipt paper and handing over pens that don't work over and over again for signatures. Like, what am I doing, right? So you have that internal struggle with your team, because your team, they have a servant's heart too. That's why they're there. They're there for a reason, right? So like put their talents to purpose. Let somebody else automate and handle those with technology and the amazing advances that we have, and let your team be able to flourish with the talents that they've been given, right? And put that to work. So start having them work on educating your patients and generating referrals and just loving on patients, right? That was the biggest change that we had at Fortis, with Fortis in our office, was the actual energy that changed at the front. Not only because the staff went from being task-driven to purpose-driven, but even more so just because, you're taking that energy and now converting it to where you're able to focus on what really matters, right? Like, who wants to sit there and handle money objections all day long? Not me.
No,
So,
it could be a total mood killer, right?
yeah. And it makes it really difficult, especially if you're not equipped to handle those objections, like of how to respond and where do you go from here. So, using Fortis allows you to eliminate that whole money mindset. It allows you to put your team's talents to work where it's actually going to benefit and grow the practice. And it is a phenomenal tool and resource. And like I said, I mean, your team is there for a reason, right? They want to support you in every way in this cause, and they have this huge, awesome drive and passion. They're like little superheroes. You just have to give them the right tools, right?
When you look at the competitive landscape that you're in, what do you think sets Fortis apart and gives you guys the edge?
Yeah, so many different things, but if I had to put my finger on it, it's that we truly believe in our product and feel it is the best of the best. And we're always innovating and, right on the edge of cutting edge technologies so that you have everything that you need at your fingertips. And I truly feel we do it the best. And the reason we feel that too is we even say, hey, there's no contracts, there's no sign-up fees. I actually just met with a doc yesterday and he said, yeah, I mean, there's really no risk. And it sounds like you guys believe in your product and you really put it to the test, because I could leave anytime I want. And I know Jonathan kind of talked with you before that it's really not about the short game like a lot of our competitors. A lot of our competitors are in it for the short game. How much can we make on you for as long as you'll stay with us? And where Fortis is the complete opposite. We're here for the mission of chiropractic and the relationship. And we want to make sure that you have the tools that you need.
It's the team, hands down. Now just getting to meet you and obviously knowing John for a while. John's not on here, but I'm going to speak to something you're probably aware of. John is so super cool, and Fortis is so super cool, guys, that, a lot of times when I'm doing partnerships with summer camp and sushi, what is the competition doing gets I'm kind of in the middle sometimes, right? Like,
Right.
and John was so cool because he's like, we're not concerned about that. We know who we want. We know what we offer. We know it's we're not everyone's going to be a fit for us sometimes, and we're not, and that's how we roll at sushi. That's how we always rolled, right? Like, so that was one of the most beautiful things in my connection with them, and I've seen it hands down in the team, in the product. And absolutely, I want to touch on the innovation because I've seen some new features that John showed me when we did a demo live a couple weeks ago. You guys are really just a robust software program now, it seems.
Yeah, there's really a lot of the response that I get from teams when they get started with it is they're just so excited because they're like, oh my gosh, it does this too. Oh my gosh, it does this too. Oh, it does this too, right? And it's like, yeah, it's incredible. Like there's really nothing that Fortis hasn't already thought of, or, anytime even a new idea comes up. I mean, Jonathan's right on the cutting edge of it anyway, but even when a team messages in and say, hey, it'd be cool if it could do this, Jonathan's like, cool, we'll put it on the enhancement list. Like, how quick can we get that out, right? So, I mean, it's just amazing that Fortis is its own entity as far as, there's just nothing to compare it to. The customer service, the incredible, like you said, innovation that it has. I mean, it really does. It's like, check out the demo, right? Like just check out the demo and you'll be excited about it. And then the other piece too is you really want to make sure that you're open to the possibility. Because I see a lot of teams that are like, oh yeah, that's really cool, but we're fine the way we are, right? But what you don't understand is just you don't know what you don't know. Just like me punching away at a terminal all day, like before I knew of Fortis, it was, that's part of the job, right? But it doesn't have to be. Like you can do so much more and just create this time freedom for your team and be able to just see so much more growth. I mean, implementing Fortis, we saw not only that amazing energy change at the front desk with eliminating the money mindset, but also, our collections went up, of course, the collections percentage. Our PVA went up. We saw patients not canceling because of that whole money mindset obstacle that they put themselves in. And then also, the Fortis system virtually eliminated having to send out monthly statements. Talk to the team and they can tell you that when that first of the month or whenever they do their billing comes around, it's quite a process. So, completely eliminating that from your whole, system in the process that you do. I mean, just like I said, it kind of creates this like time vacuum where now you can focus on so many more important things.
Well, Margaret, before I let you go, I love what you guys are doing at Fortis, obviously, and I'm more than just biased. It's because of the product, the team, the support. I want to ask you, from salesperson to salesperson, who is your favorite sales guru? Who do you go to? Who do you go for inspiration for tactics? Oh, my puppy just came and wanted to say hi, guys. He won't leave me alone.
So cute.
Hi, buddy. Say hi to everyone. He's just nipping at me down below. Who's your sales genie?
Gosh, I know there's so many people that people like hook into and follow, but to tell you the truth, I don't have one. And Rick and like the other guys at Fortis, yeah, they've honestly told me like, oh, Gary V and this person and that person, but like for me, it's just speaking from my heart and my experience. Like I'm there for the teams. I've sat in those shoes. I can literally say, okay, when you're balancing out the books, how many times did you have to figure out where that missing 30 was? Was it a 30? Was it a 25 and a 5? Was it a 10, a 10, and a 10? Right? Like, I can sit there from experience and know like, oh, you spent 20 minutes doing something that you could virtually eliminate every single day, and it's the headache and the stress that it puts on the team. And so going from that position where I just felt like the whole world was kind of coming down on me to like this whole kind of like relaxed, like, I can breathe again and I can like focus on what I really want to focus on. That's kind of, that's it for me. I don't really have to, I probably would benefit from like, learning from these amazing sales gurus. But like I said, it's just my passion. Other teams to have what we found, right? And for being able to share that, because I know what impact it made for us. And for that impact for our office, obviously impacts our community. And so if I can help one office here and one office there and one office here, like those communities and that ripple effect of how chiropractic will touch those lives, that's awesome. So, I mean, it just comes from me just being passionate about chiropractic, passionate about making life easier for the front desk and the team, and just making it so that, you can really do what you were truly meant to do, not being stuck with these obstacles.
Well, guys, if you want to check out more and connect with Margaret and the team over at Fortis, you can go to chiropractor.fortispayments.com, chiropractor.fortispayments.com. Connect with them, learn more, collaborate. And I want to thank you guys again for helping us support summer camp. 35 days away, guys. Go to fortispayments.com. More importantly, go to chiropractor.fortispayments.com. Thank you so much, Margaret, for helping out.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate having the opportunity. I'm excited